Ugh. Come on. There we go.
Reactor temperature approaching critical.
There's so many of them. And there's one over here.
Applying flame tech.
There we go. Nice. That singularity is definitely doing its job. Nice.
Applying flame.
Stand still. Are we there yet? Sheesh, this was a long mission.
Cooling rod being reinserted. Reactor meltdown averted. Core temperature dropping.
You've done nothing, Shepard. I can still override power to the engines. Try to stop me.
Oh, I'm doing a pretty decent job of that, sister. Even though it's not you talking anymore, it's the indoctrinated you talking.
Step away from the reactor.
You've ruined everything. I can't hear the whispers anymore.
Turn around. Now!
You've taken them away from me. I will never see the Reaper's arrival.
Oh my
All you
goodness.
had to do was...
She was already dead. Oh, great. Oh my.
Warning. Collision imminent. Warning. Collision imminent. Warning.
Live.
Collision imminent. Warning. Collision imminent. Warning. Collision imminent. Warning. Collision imminent. Warning. Collision imminent.
Joker, this is Shepard. I need a pickup. Now!
Communication system damaged.
Oh, great.
Damn it!
Evacuation protocols in effect. All personnel report to escape shuttles.
Where can I find an escape shuttle?
Take the lift from this room to the external access. From there, proceed to the communications tower. The remaining escape shuttles will be located on the tower's landing pad.
I have to get to that comm tower and take a shuttle. It's my only chance.
Gotta run. No time to lose, Clive.
This is valuable.
All this stuff. I gotta loot all this stuff. Must loot. As long as there's no timer, I'm good, right? Right? That's how this is supposed to work. Shuttle bay, that's where we came from. Oh look, these are the doors we weren't able to go to last time. I figured we would eventually make it over here. Oh my. Yes.
Normalizing pressure in airlock.
Great. Now the timer starts. Are you guys still? You know you guys are going to die if you don't escape now. Of course, if you escape, that means you're going to take one of the shuttles. So, yeah. Dilemma.
Hope the Normandy's listening.
Oh, great. That mech is not gonna be fun. Ooh, I have a cane. Ooh, that's not gonna be good.
No.
I need to get to the cane. Oh, jeez. All right, I need to activate the cane sooner. There we go.
Damn it. I have to get to the comm tower. Hope the Normandy.
Great. Yes. Nicely done. Worth it. Worth it. There's the mass relay. Oh, great. Go, Shepard, go, Shepard, go.
External comm channel open.
Shepard to Normandy. Joker, do you read me?
Oh, great. No.
Shepard, You have
Harbinger.
become an annoyance. You fight against inevitability, dust struggling against cosmic winds. This seems a victory to you. A star system sacrificed. But even now, your greatest civilizations are doomed to fall. Your leaders will beg to serve us.
Some humans are afraid that the Reapers are too powerful. But when the Alpha Relay breaks, everyone will see that we can fight the Reapers. And win. However insignificant we might be. We will fight, we will sacrifice, and we will find a way. That's what humans do.
Know this as you die in vain. Your time will come. Your species will fall.
Can we hang up on
Prepare
him, please?
yourselves for the arrival.
Oh, we slowed you down though.
Commander Shepard, Normandy inbound for pickup.
Roger that.
Thank you, Joker. Beautiful.
Get us out of
Get
here,
out.
Joker.
They couldn't get Seth Green to voice anything for this DLC. That's fine. That's okay. Let's take this. Good job, Joker. Wow. There it goes. Wow. All of those people died in that system. That was really rough, having to do that for the sake of the rest of the galaxy. Now the aftermath.
Huh. Looks like you've recovered.
Admiral Hackett.
Sounds like you went through hell down there. How are you feeling?
Fine. No more visions, if that's what you mean. I wasn't expecting to see you here.
You went out there as a favor to me. I decided to debrief you in person.
And that favor definitely
That was before the mass relay
annoying.
exploded and destroyed an entire Batarian system. What
Yep.
the hell happened out there, Commander?
What have you heard?
Have you received any intel about what happened?
All I know is I sent you out there to break Amanda Kenson out of prison. And now an entire system is destroyed.
No,
I hope
you
you
don't
can
know.
fill in the leap of logic between those two events.
I confirmed Dr. Kenson's proof. The Reapers were coming, and destroying that relay was the only way to stop them. Kenson sedated me for almost 2 days. I started the engines with little more than an hour left. I tried to warn the Batarian colony, but time ran out.
The Batarians report no survivors from Aratat. At least you tried. And you believe the Reaper invasion really was a threat?
No doubt about it. We literally had minutes to spare.
I'm sure all the details are in your report. I won't lie to you, Shepard. The Batarians will want blood, and there's just enough evidence for a witch hunt. And we don't want war with the Batarians. Not with the Reapers at the galaxy's edge.
What are you saying?
You did what you did for the best of reasons, but there were more than 300,000 Batarians in that system. All dead.
They died to save trillions of lives. If I could have saved them, you bet your ass I would have.
You're preaching to the choir, Commander. If it were up to me, I'd give you a damn medal. Unfortunately, not everyone will see it that way.
Yeah, it's annoying. That's unfortunate.
So what do you suggest?
Evidence against you is shoddy at best. But at some point, you'll have to go to Earth and face the music. I can't stop it, but I can and will make them fight for it.
I didn't expect to see you aboard a Cerberus vessel.
I don't like Cerberus or the way they do things, but they brought you back to life, and they're actually doing something about the state of the galaxy. So for now, I can be friendly.
Fair enough.
Is the Alliance concerned about the Batarians' response to this incident?
Very. The Batarians have been looking for an excuse to wage war on us since we showed up in the galaxy. If the Reapers invade, we need the galaxy to work together. If we're at war with the Batarians, the other races will be hesitant to give aid to either side.
Is the Alliance concerned about the Batarians' response to this
Very.
incident?
If the Reapers invade, we need the galaxy to
Is the
work
Alliance
together.
prepared for a Reaper invasion?
That's hard to say. It took multiple fleets and the Destiny Ascension to bring Sovereign down, and that was just one Reaper. If the Reapers come in force, we're just not ready.
I'll gladly stand trial once this mission is done.
Glad to see working with Cerberus hasn't stripped away your sense of honor. Do whatever you have to do out here. But when Earth calls, you make sure you're there with your dress blues on, ready to take the hit. In the
Clive's
meantime,
taken so
you
many
keep
already.
this. I don't need to see a report to know you did the right thing.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
You've done a hell of a thing, Commander.
It was still a very difficult thing to do, no matter what, some people might think about the Batarian race as a whole. Dr. Amanda Kenson was rescued from a Batarian prison on the planet Arantot, and Shepard confirmed her proof of a Reaper invasion. Shepard was captured by Kenson, who had been indoctrinated by a Reaper artifact. Shepard escaped and activated the project, destroying the Alpha Relay and ending the Reaper invasion. Dr. Kenson did not survive. The Bahak system and all its inhabitants were destroyed. Yes, all this stuff that we're not going to use. Because we've pretty much beaten everything in the game.
No
right?
messages for you, Commander.
No messages. Really? Really? Before I completely close, yes, these armor upgrades that I'm not going to be able to take advantage of. These prototype things like this skin weave and this heavy ammo that I'm not going to be able to take advantage of. So sad. It's okay. Before we completely end this LP and move on to Mass Effect 3.
No messages for you, Commander.
I'm just going to look at these tiny last codexes, because there's just a few left. Just a few. Collector's Harbinger. While monitoring outgoing transmissions sent by the mysterious leader of the Collectors to his minions on the battlefield, Cerberus intelligence experts also intercepted incoming transmissions. The signals were encrypted commands sent to the Collector General from the source outside the galaxy. This directing intelligence is likely the Reaper that refers to itself as Harbinger. This indicates that the Collector General, previously thought of as a puppeteer-like figure, was essentially a mere conduit through which Harbinger mobilized the Collector's mission to protect and nurture an embryonic Reaper by providing it a steady supply of humans. In this way, the Collectors allowed the Proto-Reaper to incorporate the human genome into its own construction, though why a Reaper would want such a thing is still unclear. Geth technology. The most difficult aspect of Geth existence for organics to comprehend is that a body is meaningless to Geth. The biped form commonly perceived as a Geth is nothing more than a mobile platform. A Geth software, hundreds of programs whose interactions mimic organic consciousness, can be installed in any given hardware. The Geth that was a bipedal soldier an hour ago may now be a quadrupled heavy armature, and in another hour might be a starship. Between tasks, Geth programs upload to gigantic space station mainframes that allow billions of programs to exchange thoughts and memories with minimal lag. The claim that a Geth are an example of the extreme risk posed by an AI development is misleading. As opposed to the top-down design of organic created AIs, in which hardware and software are specifically designed to achieve consciousness, Geth are a bottoms-up model. They were never intended to possess more than animal-level trainable reasoning. Designed as VI-driven robots, not significantly different from modern security mechs, Geth consciousness developed as their adaptive learning programs interacted with one another via network processing. The Geth code base discovered that 3 individual robots using a wireless local network to form a single mind could perform many tasks more efficiently than they could as individuals. As these local networks were more heavily exploited, they reached a critical mass of processing, achieving consciousness. Modern Geth retain this remarkable interconnectivity, constantly exchanging data with one another and networking to increase their cognitive abilities. To Geth, these mind-sharing abilities are as natural and unconscious as breathing is to most organics. Arrival, the Reaper's Secrets, Object Row. Dr. Amanda Kenson's scientific team has cataloged 3 major discoveries on the artifact encased in the 157 Golgotha asteroid. First, the large artifact is rooted into the core of the asteroid and has a barrier that is similar to, but much more powerful than, a biotic stasis field. This gives it an unnatural resilience to alteration or damage, and even prevents state-of-the-art laser drilling from extracting the smallest piece of analysis. Second, the object's interior is energetically active, with a quantum stasis field rivaling that of a Prothean technology found in mass relays. Like these creations, it activates in response to threat, at which point the artifact consumes a phenomenal amount of power. Dr. Kenson's team believes the object draws this power directly from the dark matter, though how is still unknown. The third discovery is that the object broadcasts signals and information on many different spectra. One such pulse, suspected to be similar to a quantum entanglement communicator, reaches into Reaper territory. Another broadcast is infrasound, consistent with frequencies that trigger feelings of awe and fear in humans. A known factor in Reaper indoctrination. Kenson's laboratory is filled with equipment dedicated to monitoring any signal coming from the artifact, in the hopes that some clue will prove the Reaper's undoing before it's too late. Planet Aratot. Nothing is impossible, says the hegemony propaganda poster that depicts a muscular Batarian miner under an Aratot sky, his rebreather held away from his face, as if he's just taken it off. The image sums up millions of man-hours of labor on the Batarian planet and represents or misrepresents much of its history. 2 decades ago, Aratot, like several planets in the Skyllian Verge, was claimed by both human and Batarian governments, but the Alliance backed out after learning about the Acton Smear's dangerously low pressure and oxygen levels. Instead, they concentrated their colonial efforts on planets that could support human life without the aid of domed habitats and rebreathers. Human governments saw it as a wise move. Batarians saw it as cowardly. The Batarians rose to the colonization challenge, shipping in large numbers of laborers. They took the high financial costs and casualties due to accidents or logistics snafus in stride. Large-scale dumping of cyanobacteria has increased the oxygen in the atmosphere by a fraction of 1%, a modest increase that the hegemony trumpets as a sign of their eventual victory. Short-term profits on Aratot are largely made in the minerals sector through mining the extremely metal-rich planetary crust. The dark side to the mining does not appear on the propaganda poster. The majority of laborers are indentured servants or slaves. Aratot is rumored to have military bases on its surface and throughout its solar system, though details are heavily restricted by the hegemony's Ministry of Information Control. Human merchant ships rarely come to the planet, outcompeted by local companies that benefit from heavy economic protections. The average Aratot citizen only sees humans on the news, usually featured in stories of trials and executions of accused spies. The Alpha Relay. Discovering the age of a mass relay is not an easy task. Relays can shield themselves to preserve their integrity down to the quantum level, so taking a sample for analysis proves nigh impossible. Relays also maintain self-cleaning cycles, wiping away potential evidence, though damage or dormancy can use this cycle to break down, such as in the case of the Charon relay, which became covered in ice. A breakthrough was recently made by Dr. Amanda Kenson, who revisited old methods of dating the relays by testing dust trapped in their gravity wells. By comparing the relative velocity of relays to that of the stars, they orbit, as well as the composition of the dust around dormant relays against the dust at known locations in the star systems. Kenson could create a timeline of when a relay passed through the dust. The result dates the relay back millions of years. Some may even predate the Protheans. Kenson concluded that the oldest known relay is in the Batarian space dubbed Alpha. It resides near the star Bahak, and it is unusual in its potential range and versatility. Alpha usually sends and receives mass at the range of a normal secondary relay, but if certain controls are adjusted, it becomes powered by an unprecedented amount of dark energy that could send cargo to 16 other relays and even across such great distance to the Citadel. Yeah, that's for the Reaper's arrival, as we've learned. Hegemony authorities have kept this quiet, fearing retaliation from the Council spies, who would assume hostile intent if they found a sudden new route into their space. It goes without saying that the Reapers have no such fear. Shadow Games, The Shadow Broker Secrets, the Yogg. The Yogg are a race of massive apex predators from the world of Parnak, whose rise to sentience in no way blunted their violent nature. A group of Yogg is unable to cooperate until a single leader has been determined through their social maneuvering or brute force. But no grudges are held once a Yogg establishes dominance. Formal rivals serve their new superior's purpose with unflinching loyalty and relentless determination, a legacy of their origin as pack species. Their 8 eyes are another sign of their hunter ancestry. All 4 pairs are geared towards tracking down and predicting the movements of prey. Sophisticated and keenly developed sensitivity to movement and light have made Yoggs masters at reading body language, regardless of species. Much to their short-lived chagrin, the Council's first contact teams discovered it was nearly impossible to lie to the Yogg. Interesting. The Yogg had technology equivalent to 20th century Earth standards when they were discovered by the Council in 2125. The Council's ambassadors approached the Yogg as friends and allies instead of subordinates, a baffling sign of contempt from newcomers on Parnak. The Yogg attacked when it became apparent that the alien diplomats stubbornly considered themselves sovereign people instead of new underlings. Parnak remains off-limits by order of the Council, which fears that the Yogg's size, aggression, and obsession with control makes them poorly suited for integration to the galactic community. Yeah, I can definitely understand that. Special vehicles, the Hammerhead. The M44 Hammerhead infantry fighting vehicle is a highly maneuverable Mass Effect-assisted armored vehicle. Using 3 solid fuel rocket thrusters instead of wheels, the Hammerhead hovers over the battlefield at up to 120 kilometers per hour, allowing it to maintain formation with swift armored units, skim across calm water, and even leap terrain obstacles. Backup microboosters guarantee locomotion, even destruction of the 2 main thrusters leaves the vehicle capable of full mobility. The Hammerhead retains most features of interplanetary fighting vehicles, an airtight interior, 360-degree kinetic barriers, and a guided missile system, ensuring accuracy during even aggressive maneuvering. Its electronic countermeasures extend to laser detection, chaff, active thermal masking, and ground-penetrating weapons sniffing radar. The Hammerhead's navigation control emulates that of tanks, so tank drivers can operate Hammerheads without additional training. Factory-issue Hammerheads therefore have no altimeter or similar sensors and are best used at the standard cruising altitude, 2 meters off the ground. And that's it, guys. That's all Mass Effect 2. This definitely has been essentially a lot of people consider Mass Effect 2 to be their favorite Mass Effect game, at least in the trilogy. And I can definitely see why. The cast of characters... Hi, Kaden! The characters in your squad I thought were extremely interesting. Dare I say, even more interesting than the cast of characters from Mass Effect 1, in my humble opinion. I thought that the departure from some RPG elements many people claim of this game, I can definitely understand, but it ended up not really bothering me because I still had so much fun with the game anyway. The soundtrack is amazing. The voice acting, of course, is amazing. I would have loved to have been able to have had more time with your love interest, whether it was Kaidan or Ashley, or because you got some time with Liara. But hey, there's always the third game. So this game definitely holds a very special place to my heart. I absolutely loved it. It was a fantastic game to play right after Mass Effect 1 when I originally played it. And I'm so happy that I was able to complete another LP and essentially complete, quote unquote, complete the trilogy, complete Clive's trilogy to bridge my very first LP ever of Mass Effect 3. My very first LP ever, which happened to be Mass Effect 3. So, where are we going from here? I am planning, I don't know if I'm going to be releasing videos for it right away, but the plan is that I am going to be replaying Mass Effect 3 with this version of Clive, having, done everything that my previous Clive did, with the exception of keeping Kaidan alive. And romancing Kaidan instead of Ashley. And the plan is to put up an LP of me playing Mass Effect 3, but showcasing the Kaidan romance. It's not going to be a full LP because basically I already have an LP of myself playing through the entirety of Mass Effect 3 already. I don't want to touch that, but I do want to try to show some of the new content, specifically with Kaidan's romance, because so many of you have been asking me to do a Let's Play with Kaidan's romance ever since the very first LP that I ever did. And I'd like to do that for you guys. And I would like to experience that as well, because I adore Kaidan too. I definitely missed him in my original playthrough of the Mass Effect 3, in my original LP of Mass Effect 3. But I, of course, love the character that Clive ended up, romancing in my very first LP. That is going to be my canon for Clive, the canon relationship for Clive. But I think it'll be fun to sort of play Mass Effect 3 in an alternate universe with him being just as happy with Kaidan as he was with the character that he romanced in Mass Effect, my original Mass Effect 3 LP. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this Let's Play. I again, really thank you if you guys decided to watch it, especially considering how this was not a blind LP. I know a lot of people prefer watching people Let's Play blind LPs, but hopefully I was still able to make it as entertaining for you as possible, and maybe you might have caught something new perhaps while I was playing this game for, LPing this game, even though I, had done it before. So, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, love yourselves and love each other.